Previously on Trails in the Reverie, a month passed and Crossbell started preparations for the independence signing ceremony. Lloyd, Noel, and Wazi started to patrol the city, and everyone felt optimistic about the city's prospects. They even have independence roles now. Hey, I can't tell you when I last felt so refreshed. We were promised for so long that us becoming independent again doesn't feel real. Don't pinch me, because I'm not ready to wake up. I didn't feel like I was myself during the Great War. I was so fired up about being Calvert I couldn't tell you why. I wonder if it was some kind of defense mechanism kicking in to protect myself from the trauma. When you start thinking about it that deep, though, you realize just how terrifying war is. It makes people lose it.
It's a madhouse around here.
I hear they're going to put on a big sale across the city once the signing's over.
That sounds fun. Maybe I'll snag some souvenirs for my coworkers.
Welcome. Come on in and check out what we have in stock today. I wasn't away from the shop for long, but Edna, she's coming to her own as a merchant, I tell you. That way she calls all the customers, her eye for quality veggies, and even her haggling is top-notch. Oh, how are you doing, Noel? Having a fun day out with the SSS? Mom, please, I'm not having fun. I'm in the middle of a patrol. The commander said I looked more like gung-ho of them, too. Am I really that obvious? It's kind of embarrassing. Yes, I know. Just don't let this special day pass you by. You're part of why we can celebrate. You deserve to have a little bit of fun. I know you're out on patrol right now, but don't forget to have some fun. I'll be throwing together a little feast with Serena and friends today, so why not stop by then? Sounds tempting. I think I will if I can carve out the time. Come on down. Our sales are so low in celebration of today's signing ceremony. We're about to bleed into red. Look at what we've got on sale. We've got Crossbell and Erebonia and Crossbell. Hell, we even got stock straight from Ored. We make fresh, you better think of us. And if you're out of your veggie-loving mind if you pass up our selection. My brother Azel took off this morning to spend time with a few of his old friends. I was a little concerned about him continuing to associate with his fellow former gang members, but apparently they all earn honest livings now. Looking back on it, maybe their gang stuff was just an extension of the rebellious phase growing up. Huh. Sunita wants to grow up to be a stockbroker because of her dad. I'm not like her though, the only guy I look up to is Azel. I couldn't really say anything though, because I don't know if I can ever be as cool and dependable as him. But he said himself, things are only just beginning for him, so I have to at least try and not count myself out. We all pitched in to make breakfast as a family this morning. It made me realize that we didn't used to do that very often back when we lived in our mansion in the residential district. It just goes to show that moving into this apartment has been nothing but good for our family. Things are finally on track with the stock brokerage I found last year. If things continue to go well, we should be able to expand the scope of our operations if we want to. Personally, I'd rather just have some leeway and simply stay in my lane when it comes to work, so to speak. That's why I'm taking off today to spend time with my family instead. Today I got to hold a knife and chop some vegetables. First, I should hold vegetables like I'm a cat. I don't get what he meant at first. What does the cat have to do with it? But then I saw how Marie's paws are curled up. It all makes sense. I did a great job chopping after that. So Crossbell's about to finally regain his independence, huh? Seeing old Morris get emotional about the old days, I can't help but feel fired up about the significance of the day too. You feel on fire, big brother? That's bad. You should put it out before it hurts you. No, not literally. Fired up is an expression. It basically means to feel passionate about something. Excited. Oh, no, I get it. Thanks, Roy. You know, I feel fired up when the big war ended. I was so scared. I heard you would have to go somewhere dangerous, so I kept going. Oh, I didn't realize that was on your mind. I'm sorry, Melee. You must have been worried sick about me. That's okay. It's all in the past now. It's been 73 years since the Crossbell State was founded, with Erebonia and Calvert both claiming stakes in it. It all happened right around the time I was born, as a matter of fact. Many ways you could say I've lived and grown alongside Crossbell. To see it regain its independence is extraordinary. And unlike the previous struggle, this time we have the backing of Arteria, just like Lamont or Red State. I truly cannot begin to describe how I feel today. I wanted to visit Crossbell for a signing ceremony, but here I'm in love with the East Street they have here. It makes me want to visit Calvert's eastern quarter to see how similar it is. Fish, come here, fish. We got delicious, succulent, juicy fish from any place you can spell it. Reverie, Erebonia, Calvert. You spell it, we got it. You want fresh? You want fish straight from the Empire's Ordis. You want fatty though? It can't get much fatter than the fish of the Northern Sea off of the coast of Jirai in Northumbria. They're pricey, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I can guarantee it tastes like nothing you ever had.
Well, look who it is! Welcome to the Crossbell branch of the Bracer Guild.
It's good to see you looking so well, Michelle. Is Kia here?
She is indeed. The little princesses are both over there.
Oh, hey, Lloyd!
Hello. It's good to see you again.
Likewise. You look well, Shizuku.
Aw, thank you. So do all of you. I may have had to leave Crossbell for quite a while, but it's lovely to be back.
You've really grown since I last saw you.
Arios had you take shelter in Reverie, right?
Yes, that was just before warrants were issued for him and all of you. I still feel awful about how easy I had it, relatively speaking, when times were so hard for everyone.
You've got nothing to feel bad about. The letters you sent us really kept us motivated when things felt bleak.
Yeah, it's like you were right there cheering us all on. So be happy, okay? I know we're extra happy to be able to see you again.
Aw. I feel the same.
Oh, my heart's about to burst.
It's been a hard 2 years, but moments like this make it all feel worth it.
We couldn't agree more.
Oh, hey there. Perfect timing.
Welcome back, Father.
Thank you, Shizuku. And Michelle, we're reporting in.
And we're all better for it. I take it you wrapped up all the work that needed to be done outside the city. Yep, the monsters are slain and the jobs in Armorica, Mainz, and St. Ursula are done. It all took longer than we were hoping, but now we should be able to focus on the ceremony. I'm guessing you must have left early in the morning to get all that done. You really are all hard workers. That's amazing. Hey, we're just doing our jobs, although I'm a little tired. But it's nothing compared to, nothing a little bit of love from Kia and Shizuku won't fix. What? I've got plenty to spare. Will hug do? Whatever. Report first, hugging later. Yeah, I've got a lot of paperwork to do. We'll see you all later, everyone. No, don't take me away from my darlings. Ah, that Aelia's a card, I tell you. Takes one to know one. Anyway, thank you for all your efforts, Arios. I'm glad that Gil is able to get back to work again. I can say the same to you and the SSS. This feels like a long time since the guild was able to operate here. I believe the situation started changing for the better elsewhere too. It sure has. Nowhere is that more obvious than in Erebonia, where the government crackdown is finally at an end. The guild started sending personnel from the surrounding areas there in an effort to rebuild their presence in the region. There's a lot of good news coming out of the Republic too, like the rumor that somebody might be about to unseat the Purple Lightning for the title of youngest A-rank racer. There's talk that my master, the Immovable, has been recommended for S rank too. Wow, talk about moving and shaking. S is the unofficial rank given only to a handful of the continent's most capable of racers, right? Very impressive. I'm glad the future started looking brighter for you all. We're still woefully understaffed though. We don't even have Wenzel's help anymore now that he's been roped into helping over in the Empire. Don't worry, we'll back you up to the best of our abilities. We want you to have as much time as possible to be a good dad. Alright, you're a dad now. Congratulations, Scott. So, thanks for the well wishes, everyone. The birth wasn't long after Crossbell was liberated. But you're right, I can't let my wife or our kid down. I hope you'll be able to share some of your wisdom in being a good father with me, Arios. And I'm not sure I'd advise using me as a parenting role model. Putting that aside, it's clear the real test for Crossbell is yet to come. Given the unspeakable crimes we committed 2 years ago, I'm not sure how much of a part I deserve to play in any of it. Oh, Father, I figure you wouldn't be able to forget everything so easily. After all you've done ever since to help us become independent and free, surely you've earned a second chance. There's precedence for sure. There was a coup ringleader and liberal pardoned for his help in fighting off terrorists. Of course, given the kind of man you are, I realize it's not that simple for you to reconcile what you've done.
Let's do what we can together, Father. I know you aren't ready to forgive yourself, but until that day comes, I want to be the shoulder you can lean on. You've always been so supportive of me, so I just know there's nothing we can't face so long as we face it together.
Shizuku.
We'll do all we can do too!
Of course. We'll always be honored to count you among our allies, Arios. We're all charged with protecting the people of Crossbell. So let's do that. For them, and for Guy.
The CGF will be right there with you too. We're all united in wanting what's best for Crossbell.
We've all just got to do our jobs the best we can, and everything else will fall into place.
Perhaps you're right. You really have grown strong, Shizuku. I almost mistook you for your mother for a second.
Oh. I'm happy to hear that.
You can see SSS has grown more dependable than I could have ever imagined back when you all started. You ever need something, you hit up your old pal Mitchell. You hear me? I got your back if you got mine, like old times. Thanks, Mitchell. We'll be honored to have the guild support. Hearing my daughter made it clear to me that I need to work that much harder on myself. I don't know what the right thing to do is as a father, but whatever that turns out to be, I'll see it brings no shame to her. Ideally, in a similar way, how you honor God so well by shining your willful light upon the darkness of this land, Lloyd. Arios. You're being too hard on yourself if you ask me. Don't let my opinion stop you. Perhaps, my efforts have been bearing fruit. As far as I've been both inside and outside the city these past 2 weeks, I've seen no signs of the society at work. I think we can lay to rest any concerns that they may be operating within the shadows. Even so, I'll continue to keep up my watch so that the signing ceremony will be proceeded without issue. I trust you to do the same. You offer a valuable perspective as a detective. Your investigative input is always welcome with me. I swear I won't let you down, Arios. Hey Shizuku, want to explore a city together before a signing ceremony? Lots of stuff has changed since you moved, so there's a bunch of places I want to show you. Sure, that sounds like fun. I haven't seen much of the city ever since you restored my eyesight and I moved to Reverie. But we did talk about Crossbell a lot in my Sunday school class there. I can't wait to see more of the city with you, with my own 2 eyes. Sounds like you two are going to have a lot of fun. Just remember city's crowded today, so be careful. Yep, we will be. Good luck with work, guys. If I can do anything to help, let me know. I'll come ready to give you my support. I don't know if we will really be any use, but I echo Kia's sentiments. Thanks, you two. The moral support is more than enough. Guild branches all over the continent are getting their butts in the gear. The Crossbell branch has always been an important communications post that a lot of international bracers use. Stick around long enough and you may just see some of them come through the door again, sweeties. Okay, I think we've been on break long enough. Let's get back to patrolling the city. Oh, but I want to hang out with Kia and the others some more. You'll have plenty of time for that later. The Stalin Joshua might be in town to help, but we still have plenty of work to do. She makes a good point. A lot of people are visiting the city in general, so that means more work for us. Let's knock out as much of it as we can so we have a little more free time to enjoy the signing ceremony like everyone else. Fine, I guess so. Actually, I was thinking we should check out the spots where there may have been pickpocketing cases before. We might find it happening again. We can even drop by and say hi to Pearl while we're at it. Yeah, that might be nice. She did come into town with me today. Oh, is she visiting her old co-workers at the Times department store? You should have said so sooner. Of course we want to see your baby. It's good to see him so happy and relaxed, even with the heavy workload today. I think we should follow their lead. Let's keep patrolling our pace. Oh, it's you. Still on the clock today, huh? Even I know how to cut loose and enjoy something like this. I've seen lots of countries and provinces rise to power and fall during my time. But say being swallowed up by a major power and then managing to regain its independence? No, that's rare. You kids are stubborn as hell, you know that? We'll take it as a compliment, though it's always been hard to tell of you, actually. So is Jingo still in Erebonia? Yep, she comes back on occasion, but she's on business in the capital right now. Sounds like she's got a tale of something pretty interesting, but she wouldn't let me in on the details yet. And that daughter of mine really has left the nest. You don't say. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little concerned. She can probably take care of herself, but I'll admit I'm pretty curious too. Exchange shop. Yeah, that's why they recommend I buy all those strange rare items from all the other shops. But it's too expensive for me. The Pecky Badge. More hit points. Evergreen for more evasion. And magic evasion. Actually, 2 of these would basically give me complete magic evasion. What? That's insane. There's upgrades to the Grail Locket? Whoa, Visit Lloyd Bannings in the flesh. Happy Independence Day. Happy Independence Day indeed. I take it you SSS folks are on patrol around town. Hope you're not getting any grief on a day like today. It's been smooth sailing here, and I'm happy to report. And I see you've got the whole branch here today. Oh yeah, I forgot you used to be you're part of Fishing Guild, Lloyd. I mean, I joined as a matter of circumstance, so I wouldn't consider it a big deal. Oh, come now, none of you so modest. Lloyd's a divine angler, the pinnacle of fishing every fisherman aspires to. And there's nowhere for him to go but up. We can't wait to see what sorts of biggins you reel in next. Your own popularity precedes you no matter where you go, Lloyd? I never asked for this. But hey, being popular is often a boon for an investigation, so I guess this is just a fact of life for me now. Have you heard, Lloyd? The Lake Lord Company over in Erebonia recently busted their lineup. They were even kind enough to provide us with some free samples of their new products. Seeing as we need someone to put them through the paces anyway, so why don't you go ahead and take them. Here. Custom rod, delicious bait, fishing bait. I figured a fishing notebook was probably getting pretty full of luck, so I thought, heck, might as well while I'm at it. Sometimes I can do well start fresh, you know? Yeah, I hear you. Thanks, concerned. I think I'll do just that. Are you sure I can have this new rod and bait, though? That's awfully generous of you. Of course I'm sure. I know you get a lot of use out of it. Besides, we're all eager to see what kind of critters to catch. I know you're plenty busy with your work and all, but don't forget to kick your feet up every now and then, yeah? Yeah, what he said. We should go fishing together again sometime, you hear? Absolutely. Whatever time works for you, we'll be happy to tag along. Thanks, you guys. I really appreciate it. In that case, I'm excited to see what this rod is capable of. Okay. You fish by inspecting a fishing point and pressing A. Cast a line. Performed by several characters, Reed and Lloyd included. We got a letter from Blake Lord II earlier congratulating Crossbell on its renewed independence. It's amazing to think that how the chaos of war somehow managed to bring both sides closer together. Funny how that works. We may hail from different countries, but we all share our love for fishing, a passion that will surely make our bonds unbreakable. Custom handle. Is there any better way to celebrate today than by reeling in some rare catches? Well, if there is, I sure haven't found it. Time to get out there and catch us some fun memories. The whole gang's planning to go fishing to celebrate Crossbell's independence. We're gonna catch as much as we can until sunset and then have a big feast to whoever we manage to reel in. It'd be great if you could make it, Lloyd. We'll save you a plate. That does sound good. I might have to sneak away for a bite later then. Leave it to fishermen to celebrate a historic day like this the only way they know how. Only now does it really hit home and I feel myself getting emotional. Heh. When Copan got drafted for war, I was just so scared of what would happen to him. But now we're all back together, fishing like the good old days again, and I couldn't be happier. Vanilla Ubesi is an eastern sweet that sold well for us before the war, but now not so much. It was cheaper when it sold better too, but now it's gone up in price. Running a business never gets any easier. I don't know what to do. Why isn't anyone buying my Vanilla Ubeshi? I guess sales across the board took a dip after the Erebonians left the revamped downtown district, but where do Crossbell ends? What people just aren't willing to buy it at the regular price because I've been putting it on sale so often? Or what if the taste was just a passing fad and they're sick of it? Come on, Roos, why are you being so negative? That won't help anything. I'll say it now. Vanilla Ubeshi will rise again. Heard the downtown district was renamed the uptown district. I suppose they intend to make room for all the Imperials moving in after the occupation. Yeah, a whole bunch of their officers were living there. They mostly moved back to Erebonia, though, so now it has a ton of vacancies. Which is why the Metropolitan Division is always making the rounds there. I think it's safe to leave patrolling it to them. Surprisingly lively in here for not even being lunchtime yet. I see the drinks are already starting to flow too. Well, it is a day for celebration. I think people can be forgiven for... Wait, is that who I think it is? Woohoo! Free cheers for independence! Cheers! No booze for me, sorry. That's a Civic Center life, huh? Who would have thought that's where little old Dino would end up working? Hey, people can always change if they put their minds to it. Damn right. Now we're living proof. Even if one of us has changed way more than anyone else. I mean, just look at him.
Different day, same BS from you guys.
Everyone having fun over there?
Hey, it's Wazzy! I thought you said you were busy. We'd given up on you showing your mug.
But here you are with a side of the SSS and a Guardian Force chick.
I should have known you'd be the loud ones in here.
It's funny seeing former gang members having a good, clean time like this. Especially...
Squire Wald Wales.
Hey there, Bannings. Can't even take it easy on a day we're supposed to be taking it easy, huh?
If only. This is my job, like it or not. But it's good to see you again, Wald. You're looking well. I've been meaning to thank you for helping liberate the city last month. Hey, don't sweat it. I was just doing my job, the same as you. You and the CGF chick done with your business at the cathedral, Wazzy? Yeah, Scarlet happily volunteered to handle things in her place. Happy is going a bit far. More like she realized that doing it herself was going to be easier than leaving it to you. I figured as much. I'm really coming to appreciate just how hard Abbas had it with this guy. Hey now, I'm only like this with people I trust. I'm so lucky to have so many good people to depend on. I could just kiss you all. I feel like my brain needs to shower now. You want to share what with the class we were staring? You keep staring at Bannings? Sorry, it's just... Well, I remember hearing your eyesight wasn't what it used to be during last month's operation, but... I'm still not quite used to seeing you with glasses on. Oh, we totally get you. We're still in the same boat. Glasses are meant to make you look smart, but this guy wearing them is like putting lipstick on a pig. Seriously, you can tell he's the same wild Wald deep down. Haha, you gotta ditch the specs, bro. You ain't pulling them off. Contact lenses? Canon already. I don't give a shit whether they suit me or not. These are proof I fell as low as a guy who could go and climb right back up again. A man's gotta have his pride, and the real man ain't gonna lose it just because a couple of chuckleheads are sneering at him. I can't agree with that. Damn, that sounded cool. Smoking like the world we all know and love. And I'm proud of you too. You beat all the after effects of that drug. You spent 2 years studying so hard you let it eat into your sleep. And now you and Scarlet can even stand in for Abbas Esquires. You should hold your heads high after all you've done. But glasses still don't suit you, sorry. You're so close to not sounding like a dick. So close. But just you wait. Dominion or not, I'm gonna become stronger than you one day. Mark my words. I ain't taking back that promise I made when I started my training. I'll be waiting. I don't think it'll ever happen, but I'll be waiting. You get along a lot better these days, huh? Yeah, they were always kind of similar, but it sure seems like they've changed a lot for better these past 2 years. It's hard to believe how different Wald is in particular. But man, Wald hitting the book so hard he ain't got time to sleep. That's crazy talk. It's hard for me to picture too. It's a real balanced move for him, but I'm guessing pigs have been flying in Arteria for a while now. You guys need to shut your damn traps before I make you shut up. Ever since the war ended, we've been getting more and more work taking stuff over to Calvard. Business has been booming, and all in all. Right? Crowds can be harder to serve, but it's nice to see a city so fired up about something. Oh, and Arkansas has been rehearsing night and day for tonight's big show too. Maybe I should bring over a few pork buns for Risha and her castmates to enjoy. Thinking about it, we're all really lucky to have made it through the war in one piece. I know Luganov has sent to work in the mines, but you were actually conscripted and sent out to fight, right, Azel? Sure was. Fortunately, I didn't end up on the front lines, so I'm in no hurry to go for that again, that's for sure. Liang and Vese, you guys managed to escape conscription just working in the bar, right? Yeah, we worked at a place called in the Uptown District for Imperial Soldiers. That was what gave us the funds to revamp Trinity. Heinz is off studying abroad, but he helped us out too. Man, thinking about those days just makes you realize how good it is to have peace again. Features for independence. Now, these cons are never gonna let up. I can't catch a break. And whatever, we're still gonna see him again. Been a while since we threw back a few cold ones cigar. You free try to have some fun today. We're supposed to be celebrating, so stop being workaholics for once. Yeah, don't worry, we'll cut loose a little after the ceremony is over. Wald has really mellowed out since back in the day. He's even back on good terms with his old friends. I'm happy for him. Well, there's some contacts are missing. He patched things up with his boys the other day, actually. Then he and I had a little scrape for old time's sake, but a certain someone had to interrupt before things got spicy. Was he? Don't need to bring that up now of all times. Now I'm sorry I missed it. Sounds like the two of you had an interesting day. Damn, it's been so long since we all gone together like this. It's great you stop by the stand from time to time, but I never thought it'd be hard for us to all get the same day off. For sure, I've been up in my ice and work ever since it was decided the ceremony was happening. There's never a dull moment when you're a minor. I bet. You know, back in the day, I never dreamed we'd all end up with proper jobs like this. Feels like forever ago we were just sitting around wasted digness. Sure does, but you know, a lot's happened since then. I still don't regret the time we spent there. We really had some fun. Which is why it's so sad this place is gone now. It would have been nice if it could have kept existing as a music venue, like how the Testament still had their old haunt. Come on, don't look so glum, bro. Our haunt might be gone, but our bonds are eternal. Hell yeah. Here, here. No matter how many years pass or how our careers change, it's not gonna change our bond or the time we spend together. Yeah, right. But Wazzy, you gotta bring Abbas next time we have a get together. I miss playing billiards and darts together. I want to get his feedback on the cocktails we made too. Oh, and that sister with the eye patch would be more than welcome to join. I think Abbas would really want to come, to be honest. I'll try asking. It'll be cool to get some others from the church like Kevin to come along too. Okay, now I can memorize the recipe. Mapo tofu. And this place is always the best. You can always try making it yourselves if you like it that much. There's an idea. I'll jot down the recipe book. Okay, if I have the ingredients. I have to discover everyone's dishes, huh? They've got the guys who used to make up the downtown district Testaments and Saber Vipers here. Back in the day, they were always picking fights and causing trouble. Now, look at them now. Just goes to show that people really can change if they want to. Resting is probably not a good... Oh, they can heal the salt gauge, but and the BP as well. Huh. Those old delinquents sure are happy about getting together for the first time in ages. I don't want to rain on their parade. This is their day to celebrate. But if they cross me, I'll burn their tongues off with the demonic mala 1,000 times spicier than usual. Came here after seeing the place mentioned in the guidebook, but this is a real deal. It's like I'm back in the Eastern Quarter again, and I say that as a Calvardian. Well, it's a pleasure to see you, SSS. My heartfelt congratulations on Crossbell regaining its independence. Though we may not hail from Crossbell, our history here is obviously long. We're as pleased as anyone to see us say come. Greetings, Special Support Section. I don't see Sao anywhere around. Is he not here? Correct. Master Sao is currently away on business. Crossbell's independence means that KUA's branches and communications will have to be restructured. Master Zen has returned to the Republic of the Elder's Blessings. Good to know KUA has its hands full at the moment. Indeed, seeing you reminds me that Master Zen has a message he would like to pass along. I apologize I cannot deliver this message in person, my dear Ellie. Congratulations on Crossbell's re-independence. It would bring me great pleasure to arrange a party in your and Crossbell's honor at a later date. That was all. I would appreciate if you could pass the Master's message along to Miss McDowell when you can. Jeez, that little guy is just as heads over heel for her as ever. Thanks, Lau. I'll be sure to let her know. I'd like to use the signing ceremony as an excuse to relax, but time is money, and being a businessman means money comes first. Azel's running late after hanging with his old pals. He's been working pretty hard lately, so I'll overlook it this time. Today's in the landmark moment in Crossbell's history, which is precisely why it calls for heavy security. We expect both Erebonia and Calvardian nationals to attend the signing ceremony. There haven't been any signs of terrorist activity, fortunately, but that's no reason to let our guards down. The weather is perfect today. That should mean lots of great photos for the paper. All my reporters are ready to cover today's events. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited to see what sort of articles they turn in once this is all said and done. Greetings, SSS. Welcome to One and Only Crossbell Times. Today's the big day everyone's been waiting for, a signing ceremony. Journalists from the nearby countries have come to cover it. So many visitors keep dropping by here, but it's hard to find time to brief. Oh, good to see you, SSS. We're busy as can be getting a special edition ready. Grace and Ryan are out covering the signing ceremony as we speak. I see, it certainly sounds like you all have your hands full. She looked like she was arguing about something over the train station, but I'll keep that to myself for now. Oh yeah, you guys know Nielsen, don't you? Even now, he's always out on the beat, but he took the time to send over a congratulatory telegram. I thought it was a nice thing of him to do. Not just from one journalist to another, but also on a personal level. Marcel Nielsen, he was the blind reporter I met during the Azure Tree incident. That is awfully kind of him to do for someone who's so world famous. Oh, see you, one usual? Sorry, not this time, I was just stopping by in part of my patrol. So this is where the cokie fellow from the old Saber Vipers took up work, eh? The ramen stand always was popular. You've become a regular here, Lloyd? Yeah, I didn't used to have enough time, but I've been swinging by a lot in the last few months. It was all tells me a guy used to be a regular too. I'm not one to pride in the past of my customers. I just couldn't help but remember another brown-haired detective you bear a striking resemblance to. And for record, your usual flavor, type of noodle, oil, and even toppings matches nearly entirely. You don't say. Well, that's something. As if you needed more ways to remind people of your brother. Today's going to be going down in history. There are so many events scheduled. Some couples have even decided to hold their wedding ceremonies today. That means I'm going to be crazy busy delivering things like presents and congratulatory messages all day. So I'm going to have to ask you to stay out of my way. Stop asking me for dialogue! My boy's improved quite a bit. At this rate, he'll be an even better mission than I've been. Now I can focus on just rehabilitating this darn hip of mine. Wait, could this guy be... He looks like the one Tion I ran into in the locker room a few years ago. Is something wrong, Lloyd? Oh, sorry, it's nothing. You seem pretty deep in thought there. Having yourself a raunchy daydream?
Look, even Mishy's celebrating with us.
I wonder if they staged some kind of Michelin event here for today.
Ooh, let's go say hi.
I'm going to have the time of my life at the theme park. The fact that you can enjoy it even alone is what makes Michelin Wonderland so awesome. I gotta go on a date to Michelin with my girlfriend on a special day like this. I couldn't be any happier. We're not tourists, but we couldn't pass up the opportunity to visit a theme park on a day like this. We're really gonna cut loose. My family's looking forward to one thing or another, but personally I'm most excited for Restaurant Fortuna. I can't wait to sample their drink menu. I love Mishy, but Mishy is where it's at. I mean, who doesn't think mechs are cool? Mish Schneider is such a cool name. The theme park is great and all, but I'm looking forward to shopping at the Michelin Center. I'm going to have myself a shopping spree. Hello, the cruise ship is heading for Michelin Wonderland and will be departing shortly. There will be an encore of the post-signing ceremony show at the theme park as well. There will also be a special daytime parade and fireworks, so it's sure to be a lot of fun. Mihi, I hear today is a very special day. We'll be holding a mini show after the ceremony, so be sure to stop by. Sounds like it could be fun. It's been so long since I've seen Mishy in the fur. It takes me back to my days of lonely housewives inviting me to Michelin for scandalous rendezvous. Even what you associate Mishy with is corrupt. You're the worst. Nothing could corrupt your fun when you're at Michelin Wonderland. Mishy is a consummate professional. I can fish in this area, huh?
I bet we could fish here.
I can even remember how. Oh boy.
A bite. This'll be good.
Hold down A to reel in the fish. Fish gets angry, let go. Hang on.
It's a nice catch.
Kasagan. Mirage Sepith. You kids are from the SSS, aren't you? You're even patrolling on a day like this today. Thanks for everything you do. This has been the Rainford headquarters, but it will soon be the new IBC building. The Verne company from Calvary will also be establishing a branch here. Things will be livelier than ever. I'm visiting the IBC today in hopes of negotiating a new business loan. I'm sure this continent's turmoil won't be calming down anytime soon. I think I made the correct choice in starting a new business rather than build on past failures. I'm happy about Crossbell's independence, but I'll sure miss living here. Rainford pulling out means I'll be transferred back to corporate HQ in Rower. You'll see. Wish it didn't make me feel so blue. Rainford Company will be reducing its presence in Crossbell going forward, but that doesn't mean it's completely pulling out. I will continue being the receptionist here, and for one. Oh, what was in the special support section? What brings you to IBC lately? Hey there, no special reason, Lanfei. Oh, I just noticed the counter sign really does say IBC again. That does. We just had to change. We had to change this the other day. Ownership of the building has technically been under the IBCs again for some time now. We've had so many new businesses moving in that actual construction has been stalled until things are more finalized. That's why you still see the RF logo all over the place. We're lucky to see a lot of personnel changes as well. I'm back again, so as you can see. So you just need to be patient. I've been hearing about how chaotic it's been from Ellie. I'm sure it's causing you no shortage of headaches. Maybe, but all these changes are a sign that Crossbell is surely going to be independent. It's a happy heart headache. Here's hoping we'll be able to forge an excellent partnership with the Rainford Company as the years go by. $10.2. So it is slightly more. Hello there, welcome to IBC's main reception desk. You may already be aware of this, but IBC's stock prices have been soaring in response to Crossbell's upcoming independence. You won't soon find a better time to invest your mirror than now, I can promise you that much. With ownership of the building now being transferred back to the IBC, the Rainford Company will no longer be doing security. But you know, after living here for a while, I've become quite fond of Crossbell. I'm conflicted. I'm not sure if I want to quit so I can stay here or not.
So you know, I'd like to look into revamping the overall frame for the next prototype.
I'm still intrigued by wanting to implement the Foundation's latest tech into it.
Sounds like it's gonna be a real head-scratcher, but that's half the fun.
We'll likely need the RF and Verne Company's cooperation to draft out the concept.
Absolutely. We plan to hammer out the finer details after the signing ceremony so we can...
That whole conversation's going straight over my head.
I know that younger blonde-haired girl's from the Liberal Kingdom. Didn't realize she's in Crossbell. I don't know the other blonde in the lab coat, though.
Whoa, the hell you doing here, Bannings? Haven't seen you since Shara and that idiot's wedding. Doing well? I know the ink ain't dried yet, but congrats on Crossbell's independence.
Thank you. And thanks again for being such a huge help with everything that went down in Erebonia. We saw each other briefly at the wedding, but it's nice to meet you. I'm Noel. And I'm Wazi. I've heard a little about you from Kevin. Yeah, I've heard a bit about you guys through the grapevine too. You're rising up the ranks of the CGF and your Dominion. Pleasure. Randolph's not hanging around anymore, is he? Harry quit his job at the branch campus. He's here, yeah. He came back to the SSS. You two fought together during the railway guns incident in Nordis, didn't you? Huh, you know what he said when he saw me? Guess we redheads gotta stick together. I like the guy. Plus, I owe him one since he was a good instructor to Tita. Oh, your little girlfriend, right? I heard you were like siblings in the beginning, but now not even national borders are enough to keep your hearts apart. Whoa, really? Don't say it within earshot of her mother. Legit, appraise my ass. What the hell kind of BS is he spraying around the church? Just ignore what he said. As for us, we'll be in Crossbell for a few days. See if we can grab Randolph so we can go out for drinks. I'd be up for getting to know you guys in the SSS better. Sounds great. I'll let you guys know when I'm free. Speaking of which, about...
Hey, Red! I don't remember saying you could slack off.
Oh, hello there. Long time no see, Lloyd.
Yeah. Long time no see. And,
I thought I made it as clear as your face is stupid, Agate. The only reason I let you come is because Tita is in need of a research assistant. You've got a whole lot of nerve working that jaw with some other group in the middle of a meeting.
What do you expect? I don't know shit about what you're talking about. It'd be one thing if it was like the activation test we started off doing, or you wanted me to do some heavy lifting, but...
What?
No excuses. That's one ding. 2 more and you're on the first flight back to Liberl. And I hope you love the outdoors, cause your flight is gonna be through my special Crossner catapult! Ha ha ha!
Was that the huge hunk of junk you made me carry all the way over here? What is your damage, woman?
Mom, stop! Can't you behave while we're in a whole other country?
Tio, who is she? She's a technical advisor at ZCF. Professor Erica Russell. Professor Albert Russell is her father. And she's just a little obsessed with her daughter Tita. They were discussing plans for the next orbital gear. And this is the 4th generation, you said. Correct, with 3 and Exa now complete, we're more than ready for orbital gear 4. It's the talk of the whole tech world right now, with the Epsilon Foundation, ZCF, RF, and even the Reverie company getting involved. We've only just made our first prototype though, so there's a chance the finished product won't be anything like what we have now. I'll be meeting up with Elise after a signing ceremony to figure out the next step. The talks are also going to involve how we plan to expand the orbital net too. This is a much bigger deal than I realized. It's a huge deal really, with so many partners to negotiate with, I doubt progress will be smooth. It won't, but I think major changes like Crossbell becoming independent will help inspire even more change. There's no better time than just after a bitter war to research new avenues into a brighter, more peaceful future. That's what I believe, at least. It makes sense to me. Well, here's hoping it all comes together. If you need our help during any part of it, you can come to us. I wouldn't even hesitate. We might be sitting among the continent's next generation of top engineering minds of all their puzzling through. I sure believe they are. That's why I wanted to supervise and give them some input here and there. The days finally come when my peerless princess has left the nest to start up a big venture like this with like-minded friends. I'm not sure whether to be happy about it or wallow in parental loneliness. Oh, Mom, just be happy for me. It won't be easy doing this in attending force, but I'm as determined as anybody to make it work. Besides, I'll have Agate to keep me from getting into the weeds. Right, Agate? You know it. Whenever you need it, I'm always here for you, Tita. They really are super close. Though they don't seem to have the innocent friendship Kevin made them out to have. Nope, they make such a perfect couple that's like second nature to them. Maybe they've just gotten closer since he last talked to them. Oh no! Just you wait, Agate Crossner. You'll never have my stamp of approval. Better watch your back because one of these days... You know, maybe they should just stick to being innocent. Let's pretend we didn't notice anything. My apologies, I just received a call from the Foundation branch out in Reverie. Sounds important, so I should take this. Yes, from St. Ursula Hospital. Not that I've heard. And she was on her way to an academic conference. That's worrying. I wonder what's going on. Do you know that both ZCF and the Reverie company now have offices in this building? Professor Russell has been acting as a representative there for ZCF's main office. You don't say, the vibe in this building has changed a lot ever since the Reinford group has reduced their presence. The IBC sure is living up to being international, housing offices for the biggest manufacturers in Caliber and Liberal. It's pretty sweet the countries are working together again, isn't it? And the more engineers there are in the city, the less pressure on me. I get to mess around. Well, I don't think that was the intention. But it's true Crossbell has always been a large trade hub. Things are back to normal. With international tension spanning, lots more enterprises from abroad have their eyes on what's happening here again. The same goes for me. I came to Crossbell looking for assistance with the orbital gear. That reminds me. According to the latest report, it looks like there's room for improvement regarding the orbital gear's internal construction. Yeah, I agree. I was thinking we could up its mobility by tinkering with its energy efficiency. That's what we get for interrupting them during work. This conversation is going at 100 cells per minute, but it's still entertaining to see them in their element. That's right, what enables such fine control of it? Not to mention... I'm gonna kill you, Red. How dare you sit next to my baby girl like that's just your special spot? Why is something the matter? You happen to be wearing the most concerned expression for no reason. Oh, am I? Huh. Really, you know, I continue to be amazed at how the next generation of engineers has already accomplished. We're about to enter a new era in politics and technology. But as far as I can see, my daughter and her peers are as prepared as anyone could ever be to carve their own path in the midst of change. It's kind of wild how sensible she is when she's not being a mama bear. That's what makes her so entertaining. Admin District. Everything looks busy near the Civic Center right now. Yeah, this is where a ceremony is being held today, so I'm not surprised. This district's probably going to be even busier later. Yeah, let's see if everything's in order. Feeling parched, my friends? Or fresh juices are here to wash your thirst away. We're even bringing back an old classic that's been off the menu for a while to commemorate the signing ceremony. Which classic, you ask? Speaker McDowell's old favorite, the acerbic tomato shake. It's definitely an acquired taste, but it'll perk you up like nothing else. Man, that drink brings back memories. I remember us taking one back to him when he was still the mayor. I could barely stomach the bitterness, but you'd have thought it was milk from how he had chugged it. CP plus 30. Estelle Bright and Joshua Bright.
Nothing beats ice cream after a job well done.
I'm glad that stall in the entertainment district was still there. Although, I'm guessing we won't have much time to relax like this going forward, with all the guild work we need to do.
I mean, yeah, but that's why we've got to make the most of every chance we get. Oh, you've got some on your cheek. The flavor you got is really nice too. Knew I should have gotten a double. Amazing weather, delicious ice cream, a primo eating spot. It's like a dream. Huh? What's up? You've gone totally red.
Yeah, I still can't get over the way you do stuff like that without batting an eye. I thought I'd gotten used to it, but you still catch me off guard sometimes.
Wait, what? What'd I do?
Don't worry about it. You want another bite?
Heck yeah I do. You're the best, Joshua. Lay it on me.
Yeah, maybe not in public.
Oh, come on. We haven't had a chance to do this in ages. Pretty please.
Hey there, you two. We, didn't mean to interrupt.
How long have you been there?
I'm mortified. Oh, you needn't be. I'm sorry we spoiled your fun. But I think I've gone as red as you two now. And that was a sight for sore eyes. I haven't seen a couple so clearly head over heels for one another in a while. You two are like two blissfully unaware lovebirds. God, I was just savoring dessert, I swear. I did try to warn you. It's good to see you free again, although I suppose it hasn't been that long since Olivier's wedding. It sure feels like it has, given how busy we've been ever since. I wasn't expecting to run into the two of you here in Crossbell. We're here on a job from the guild. After the signing ceremony, Calvin and Erebonia are going to be setting up consulates here, see. So we asked by the ambassadors for both countries in Liberal to escort their secretaries here. Huh, that's pretty big news. The ambassadors who hired us are the ones who will be serving as consuls too. Their names are Elsa and Deville. We can't go way back a ways with them. You think they were moral enemies at first glance, but they actually complement each other really well. The old art style. I think they'll both be brilliant mediators in these difficult times. I trust your judgment, so that's reassuring to hear. Even with the war behind us, there's still plenty of diplomatic problems between the Empire and the Republic, like reparations. So here's hoping these consulates go some way toward normalizing things between the two. Yeah, that's an issue the entire region is going to need to address going forward. Still, even if there's lingering problems, I really believe the world's heading in a good direction. Me too. I sure hope so. So it sounds like you're going to be in Crossbell for a while longer, right? We'll have to show you what's new around the city once the signing ceremony is over. I'll introduce you to some of my favorite date spots, total privacy guaranteed. Yeah, I think I've been embarrassed. I've had enough of being embarrassed in public for 1 year. Well, I suppose we'd all better get back to work. Ambassadors Coach Rain and Cranog, huh? That really takes me back. Right, they've been helping us out ever since our early days as senior bracers. Though you first met them back when Olivier, Shara, and the others were with you too, right? Prince Oliver, you mean when he was traveling around Liberal in disguise? Yep, the first time I met Ambassador Crainog, he couldn't stop laying into Olivier for fooling around. I heard he changed his tune when he found out Olivier was a prince though, poor guy. I'll bet he did. I can't imagine that would have made Ambassador Cochrane treat him any differently. She's always had a certain personality, but has always been understanding and sympathetic toward Liberal. Man, all this reminiscing is making me miss Shara, Zin, and the others. Aren't Tita and Aga at the ABC building? Let's drop in on them during our next break. Great idea. In that case, let's get back to work so we can go see them later. Oh, and good luck with our patrols and with the ceremony later, Lloyd. Thanks, Estelle. Same to you. I had the honor of being interviewed live at the Crossbell Times on a suspicious day. I can still hardly believe it. I'm so glad I had a chance to share this joy with my fellow Crossbellans. Now, will you join me in the cheer? Hurrah for Crossbell! Hurrah for independence! Hurrah for the signing ceremony! We made our way here as soon as we heard this is where the signing ceremony will be taking place. I think we may have arrived a tad early though. Ho ho! I enjoy walking around and taking in the sights, but there's something to be said for relaxing on a bench like this too. My husband and I are going to take it easy here until the signing ceremony begins. Hello everyone. Do you come here to see Lady Ellie? Yeah, we're on patrol, but we thought we'd check in on her while we're here. I'm sure she'll be delighted. The two of us came to deliver Speaker McDowell's lunch, though we also prepared enough for everyone in the Civic Center to have some. As today's the signing ceremony, we made sure to bring the speaker his favorite meal, acerbic tomatoes. Oh, I think I know what that means. I do remember his taste being on the unusual side. At least he's getting his daily veggies. And daily CP, in case he needs to spam his S-craft.
Preparations for the ceremony are well underway.
It's really happening. Today, right here, is where it's going to be signed.
I don't think it'll feel real even after I see it.
The spare mic is here, sir. Excellent. I'm sorry for roping you into helping here, Tajik. This isn't the Finance Division's responsibility. That's true, but I don't think it's the Transportation Division's job either. I'm quite happy to pitch in where I can to be helpful. They both look really busy getting ready for the ceremony. Yeah, let's not get in their way. All City Hall administrative services are closed today, so we're asking civilians to stay away from the tower. Second Lieutenant Seeker, are you patrolling the city with the SSS? That's right, I take it nothing is out of the ordinary here. That is correct. Unless you count the busy civil servants running back and forth, that is. No doubt they're all in high gear. Yeah, there honestly wasn't much time to even prepare for the ceremony. We should probably stay away from the Orchid Tower for the time being. I don't want to get in anyone's way. How do you feel right now? Being interviewed looks super fun. I was planning to read him this picture book we borrowed from the library, but he's all fired up about the interview he saw happen earlier. And it's cute how easily excited the children are. Hello, Lloyd. It's really reassuring to have you on patrol. Thank you for saying so. If anything happens the HQ can't handle, just let us know and we'll do what we can. Understood, we'll be sure to inform you if you need your assistance. Of course, we'll be doing our best to ensure we can handle things on our own. There's still more talks to have with the surrounding nations so that we can set up a consulate here after the ceremony. That's what brought me here today. Having a consulate here means formally accepting Crossbell as a nation state. It's time to finally set in stone a lot of things that have been blurry up until now. This is my first big task since the end of the war. I can't afford to let my country down. I came to Crossbell for an inspection during the lead up to the war, so this isn't my first time here. But I was immediately struck by just how much more lively the city feels now. Historically, Crossbell has always been an imperial territory in the eyes of the Empire. But those days are behind us now. How relations between our countries develop is up to the government back home, not me of course. But I'm certainly hoping that building a consulate here will help us forge good relations with Crossbell going forward. Welcome to the Civic Center, everyone. As I'm sure you're all aware, this building used to be the City Hall, but all the administrative functions that used to be handled here are now dealt with in Orchid Tower now. While we were a province of the Empire, the building ended up being used to welcome VIPs. But now that independence is in sight, it's back to being a Civic Center again. Please stop by whenever you like. You're always welcome here.
Goodness!
This is simply divine.
I'm glad it meets with your approval. I can feel my fatigue fading away with every sip.
Well noted. It is a variety of Earl Grey from Orid particularly suited for easing exhaustion. I find it goes especially well with these scones, too.
Thank you very much.
This isn't my first time trying your tea, but I can see you've become better at brewing it than ever. Why, thank you. I've been renewing my efforts to improve ever since the war's conclusion last year. So it seems, nobody makes a cup like you do, Sharon. It is serving to dispel some of the anxiety I was feeling about this afternoon's ceremony, too. I feel the same way, and it's giving me the boost I need to work hard this afternoon. I hope we're not interrupting your little tea party, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Lloyd, Noelle and Wazzy, too. Good morning, everyone. I wasn't expecting to see some faces from Forest at the Civic Center. What brings you all here? Oh, we just came to offer to speak our congratulations on achieving independence. We both have a part to play in everything going on, you see. Oh, really? You may as well pull up a seat now you're here. Can you bring some more cheese and scones, Sharon? Gladly, my lady. Oh, we don't want to put you through any trouble, but thank you. Oh, now that's an invitation I can't refuse. Oh my. Wow, this is really good. I'm generally not much of a tea drinker, but I could definitely see myself getting hooked on this. Same here, it really relaxes you to your very core. I've heard from reading the arts just how good your tea is, Sharon, so I'm happy to have finally tried it. I'm honored you would speak of it so. I know preparing for the ceremony is keeping a lot of people busy, the church included. The two of you have plenty of work on your hands too, I take it. Yes, Lisa's helping out with the behind-schedule dismantling of Tangram Fortress and repurposing the munitions factory. As for Toa, she's been invaluable in all the negotiations that allowed the ceremony to formally proceed. Whoa, that's huge. I had no idea all this that was going on behind the scenes. We really do owe you both, huh? I couldn't agree more. I truly appreciate everything you're both doing for us. It's only because of the support of people from other countries like you that today's ceremony could come about at all. As a speaker of this house, allow me to extend my sincere thanks as well. In particular, I cannot thank the Rhineford Company enough for its contributions, both financial and otherwise. Please raise your head, Sir Speaker. We're just meeting our obligations as a company, though if I'm honest, I just wanted to be able to help out however I could, as Lisa. Ellie's my friend now, and the people of Crossbell helped so much in bringing the Great Twilight to an end. I'm so grateful. Aw. Thank you, Elisa. And I feel indebted to the people here too. Crossbell has been dear to my heart since I came as part of a trade conference entourage during my student years. I'm sure that while everyone helping out has their own reasons and experiences that have led them to do so, we're all united in wanting to do what we can for Crossbell, however we can. Now, you're not wrong there. I know that's how I feel. And it's appreciated, Wazzy. Hear, hear. I really can't thank you all enough for what you've done for my home.
As someone who cares about Crossbell, I'm just so happy that you'll finally have your independence. But even if our international relationship changes, I hope we can stay close friends, Ellie.
I feel very much the same way. Here's to lifting each other up, always.
You really have grown to a fine young woman, my lady. Sitting here, it's hard not to believe that Crossbell and the Empire can get along. I'm certain we can too. I can see I'm going to need to put my full spirit into the ceremony to avoid being upstaged by my juniors. The tea earlier eased my fatigue greatly, but these old bones could really do with an extra bit of encouragement. Maybe I should order myself another speaker-style acerbic tomato shake. I have forgotten you were so fond of those. That does sound like something that would perk you right up, though. Oh, I can give you my personal assurance on that. Perhaps I could treat you one later. That'd be lovely, sir. Everyone really does have a lot going on, huh? Please try not to overwork yourselves to detriment your health, both of you. So this is a specially made acerbic tomato shake. I must say, it has quite the intriguing flavor profile. I must research the ingredients later and learn how to prepare it for myself. I don't know if that's the drink you should be eager to foist upon others. Maybe she can figure out a way to make it taste better for normal taste buds. You know the branch that Rhineford Company had over in Harbor District? We ended up handing it off to the IVC group as part of the shift in corporate direction and general downsizing of our operations. There are parts of it that are still under renovation, but from now on it'll officially serve as an IBC facility. I really wanted an intent for Rhineford Company to use this technology for peace from now on. We're working hard to help it turn a new leaf, just like Crossbell is about to with the signing ceremony. Changes in the air. Doing all this work takes me back to when I visited West Zemuria Trade Conference. Crossbell was stuck in the middle of a tug-of-war between Erebonia and Calvary that day. You could cut the tension with a knife. And just like that day, the Speaker, SSS, and CGF are still fighting for Crossbell. It's thanks to them that Crossbell has come so far. It almost brings a tear in my eye, and I'm not even Crossbellan. Elisa and Toa have both been so kind. It helps knowing there are people outside of Crossbell cheering for our independence. There are still so many issues that are not on an international level, but thinking of our friends gives me hope. I believe the SSS is the reason we're all able to celebrate this day at all. It makes me proud that such promising youth calls my dear Crossbell home. I hope you'll continue to support your home for years to come. Oh yeah, the link system also got fixed. Now these two can use their all of their link abilities properly. But even with that, it will be difficult to deal with the higher difficulties. There are some very distinguished guests staying here today. A lot of conferences are planned for after a ceremony comes to an end, so this is a nerve-wracking time for employees like me. I see that Police HQ is back to business. Being here reminds me of my fateful visit 2 years ago to join the SSS, not to mention the time we helped the Vice Commissioner. That brings back memories. It didn't take long at all for things to get back to normal after the city's liberation. Dismantling the military police and rebuilding our old police force for peacekeeping in the wake of the occupation was a top priority. Yeah, from what I remember, one of the people who played a big part in that was...
I cannot commend you enough for all your work this past month.
Thank you, Detective. I'm sure it's been an exceptionally challenging time for you, too.
It wasn't easy being tasked with a month-long inspection here. But that this ceremony can go ahead is in no small part thanks to your efforts. I'm very grateful.
I can and should say the same for all the help you've given me in return.
They really do look like they're related.
And perhaps I should save this until after the ceremony, but congratulations on Crossbell's independence.
Thanks.
Oh, hey Noe! Hey guys!
Hello. Is this part of your patrol?
Must be rough. Hats off to you.
And you.
How many times do I have to tell you not to call me Noe while I'm on duty?
As many as you want, cause I ain't stopping. And wow, your CGF uniform really suits you. But today's outfit is just plain cute. I want to see you in a police uniform one day. I bet you would rock it!
You'd be hard-pressed to find a pair of sisters who get along better than these two. Maybe, but I really wish she'd start being a little more independent. If anything, she's been getting worse since we liberated the city, telling me she wants to sleep in my bed when I go home and such. Where's the harm in that? There's nothing more beautiful than sisterly love, if you ask me. See, Wazzy gets it. I need to stock up on vitamin Noel after being away from you for so long. See a doctor, immediately. I wasn't aware you were taking the two of them around your patrols, Bannings. I'm not sure how I feel about making people who aren't technically part of the force help with our duties. Oh, is having them with me a problem? I didn't think it would be. Nope, no, pay me no mind. You know what works best for you at this point. Experience has taught me that trying to get the SSS to follow police rules to the letter is a fool's errand. I felt like some of that when you carried out that frankly insane mission to storm Orcus Tower last month. That was pretty crazy, wasn't it? I know they put a lot of effort into preparing for it, but still. But hey, it worked. I do apologize for always worrying everyone, though. Oh wait, you're Inspector Machias from Force Class 7, if I recall rightly. That's right, it's good to see you again. Just call me Machias, though. There's no need to be so formal when we're about the same age. Well, if you're sure, Machias it is then. I hear you've been staying in Crossbell for the last little while. Yeah, I came on assignment from the Inspectorate. I came to observe the withdrawal of military forces from the city after the war, which the recent occupation put behind schedule. And as long as we're on the subject of the war, let me thank you all again for your help with the Great Twilight. Don't mention it, that crisis threatened us as much as it threatened Erebonia. So it sounds like you've got one heck of a stressful job. You're a brave one for signing up for it. And I get that a lot. Still, it's rare to see you being so friendly with someone. You're usually such a serious fault finder. I've been thinking the same thing. I hear you two are constantly on little coffee dates too. Easy now, don't be rude, you two. I'm simply acknowledging his diligence and dedication. Young men like him are a rare breed these days. His work has also given us plenty of opportunities to talk. We've got a surprising number of things in common too, not just our shared love of coffee. I also learned a lot from you during that case a while back that we ended up helping resolve together. I was just grateful for your assistance with it. Well, I regret that you'll be leaving Crossbell today. Depart knowing that coffee is on me next time you're in the city. Tempt me with a good time, why don't you? I'd be happy to take you up on that. I'm sure my work won't be getting any less challenging anytime soon, so it'll be nice to have something to look forward to. The feeling is quite mutual. They really are two peas in a pod, huh? The spectacle stress magnet in a fitted suit is sure a specific wavelength, and yet they found each other against all odds. I'm quite curious what case they were referring to just now too. Well, be sure to conduct your patrol with great vigilance. I shall be counting on your unique perspective in ruling out potential signs of danger. Should anything happen, you're without a doubt the group able to act most flexibly. We'll do our best. Let's do all that we can to make the ceremony a success. Now that's some high praise. The SSS has really got up in your eyes, hasn't it? Yeah, so we're really going to need to pull our weight so we don't let the team down. Come to think of it though, it feels like everyone in Crossbell from the Empire is connected to the Force somehow. Elisa, Toa, and Spectre Machias. Now you mention it, you're right. There are a lot of students there with connections to Crossbell in some way. Overcoming the Great Twilight was a combined effort between us and them too. So they were very much friends fighting for the same cause. And with one man at the center of it all. Reen Schwarzer, the hero otherwise known as the Ashen Chevalier. He was a huge factor in the war ending as quickly as it did. I only met him personally at the wedding we all attended, but I heard a lot about him from Gaius and Father Thomas. Rumors seem to fly around him for sure. He's also an instructor at Forest Branch campus, and Yuna is in his class. Yeah, honestly, we owe Crossbell's freedom in no small part to him. He's really quite the guy. I wonder what he's up to these days. It sounds like things have at least calmed down in the Empire these past 6 months. He and the rest of his friends are probably involved in something else big, I figure. You're probably right. Sounds like Yuna's classmates are the best of the best, too. Sounds like we can't afford to sit idly by then. We can't let them hog all the glory. You can now use Trails to Walk menu. Using Trails to Walk menu allows you to switch viewpoints in the story. You're currently playing the Lloyd route in which Lloyd is the protagonist. However, you can switch to the Reen route to play as Reen. There you can experience the story unfolding simultaneously from his perspective. There are times when you cannot make progress in the main story without changing routes. Huh. I'm in charge of keeping all the sides coordinated. The 1st and 2nd divisions will work jointly to strengthen our defenses. You can remain focused on your mission. I'll be sure to update you if there are any changes to our mission situation. Roger that. I'm guessing you're going to be spending tonight with the SSS, right, Noe? In that case, let's get together with Mom tomorrow so we can all throw a party and celebrate Crossbell's independence. I can't stop thinking of everything we can do as a family tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. I hope you're looking forward to it. Come on, friend, you need to stay focused. There's still a lot of work to do today. I know what you mean for once. I'll definitely be looking forward to tomorrow. My work here is pretty much finished, but I'd like to return to Crossbell in the future for some official checkups. Work aside, I'm really interested in seeing what the future holds for Crossbell as well. Well, look who it is. Dragging 2nd Lieutenant C. Kurt and Hemisphere along on your patrol, are you? I'm used to seeing the 2nd Lieutenant around, but it's been quite some time, hasn't it, Hemisphere? I'll acknowledge your achievements and how you helped us, but I don't trust you. You must have an ulterior motive. Oh, so that's how it is. What about the time you thought your wife was having an affair and we saved your marriage, Oh yeah, that was a doozy of a support request. And I remember Wazzy tagging along because he just wanted a front row seat to the drama. Hold the phone, this is the first I'm hearing of this. Man, Vice Commissioner, you have even worse luck than I do, and you're married. That was over 2 years ago. Stop bringing up ancient history. It was all a big misunderstanding. Margaret wasn't really cheating on me. I mean, that's not important. We're in the middle of an important meeting regarding the 2nd Division security. You must have better things to do than lawyer around here, so get back to work. We'll be going now. Do you think I struck a nerve? This is why we can't take you anywhere. Oh, hello everyone. Everyone here has been talking about the SSS lately. There's a rumor going around that you'll be getting some kind of award for your contributions in reclaiming the city. Please, more Sepith and more evasion gear and wherever else I might need to stand up to statistically powerful foes. Yeah, I'd say you all deserve one. Seeing all you do is making me want to try extra hard in my own work too. Although I did also hear it cost a small fortune to replace the glass you smashed in Orcus Tower. Oh, I heard that too. Our accounting department was less than pleased. Wait, really? This is the first we're hearing of this. I'm not sure where I should be optimistic or fearful of the SSS's future. Okay, so I'm guessing they're going to deduct that from the reward, so I guess I won't be getting endgame subs anytime soon. Shoot. We should just come through the front door even if it would take longer and probably cost more resources. Actually, if it costs more resources, then that would still be a net minus. We'd still lose no matter what. Good morning, everyone. This room was being used for a meeting until just a few moments ago. The force has many divisions, but we'll all need to work together to keep the ceremony participants safe. Here's the teamwork. Remember, this was the room where they always interrogated someone. There was always a bowl of food here, but they took the bowl of food away. It's not the same anymore. That was the room, right? Or was it on the second floor? I don't know. I remember there was some room where they interrogated people, like that one, like those jerks from Calvert who were committing traffic crimes. Crossbell Entertainment District. This place is always crazy busy, but it might be a little extra crazy today. Can't blame anyone, we've all been waiting for this day to come. Plus there's the En Ciel performance tonight. Speaking of, why don't we go check in on them? Sure, though I bet they're up to their necks in practice. We've got plenty of other places we could pop our heads into while we're here too. I didn't know what was going to happen when the IDF tried to occupy Crossbell. Thank goodness for the CPD and CGF. You got our us our lives back. Even customers from Caliber are back. I can't remember the last time I felt so free. I expected no less from the SSS. I've made quite the haul. What are you talking about? I invested in quite a bit of stock and had bombed out to the IDF and their occupation of the marketplace. Things recovered quite quickly after last month's liberation, so I sold it all and made a fortune. Well then, you always were quite the businesswoman, Imelda. Tell the truth, I've never been a big fan of dealing with you. Well, I'll take what you just said as a compliment. Thanks for putting all your eggs in our basket. Heh, I'm not the only one who's always had their eyes on you youngsters. I hope you'll continue to keep things entertaining for me.
If you ain't buying, then get out.
Yeah, she sells some of the best accessories, but it's gonna be a while before I can afford them. Is it worth it trying to farm it this early though? Yeah, if I can make, yeah, I can combine the evergreens into a pure evergreen, but it'll take so much money and U materials that I don't know if I can pull it off until later in the game.
Come again.
Hello, Lloyd. I went on patrol with a few of your colleagues. You could say that. Forgive my lack of surprise, but Wazzy actually came to visit us as a customer just the other day. So venturing back into a little police work while you're in town, you're not thinking of getting back into hosting while you're at it, are you? Sadly, no. I need to make the most of the time with my old pals while I can. But enough about my business. How about yours? Things are looking pretty dead in here. Where's the lunch rush that you mentioned? Wazzy, I wouldn't talk with how empty Trinity used to be in the middle of the day. I wish I could say he's wrong. The back alley's buzzing with excitement over the ceremony, but that doesn't mean people want to be stuck inside drinking all day. I doubt any news I come by will be big enough to be of any interest to you until things settle down. That's a fair point. We have a lot going on. I would have sat down and ordered something if I thought you came across something big. Now there's the real pity. You'll be the first to know if I do hear anything, though. Things were looking grim for a while when the Imperials were holding the city hostage, but everything's finally going back to normal. It's a relief to finally sit back and relax here again. You realize this isn't your home, right, Sandra? The only reason I don't throw you out is for the optics of having at least one customer here. Stop being such a meanie. I invited Pim to go out drinking with me as a show of solidarity in the biz. You know, treat him so he can be more fired up to bring in the customers in the Mira. Don't think he needs a boost though, he's oozing cool since coming back from the war. I gotta say, I like what I see. Wait a second, is that you, Wazzy, the host? That I am, and I remember you dazzling me at my old job, miss. I only saw you a few times, but you're sweet to remember me. Oh yeah, I forgot Wazzy was a host. It's one of those things you forget until you watch him dial the charms up to 11. It did worry me a bit when I heard you quit so suddenly. New job, I'm guessing? Yeah, something more sophisticated, you might say. I'm mainly stationed abroad for it, so likely never have time to resume my old job. Well, that's too bad. You'll be missed, but as long as you're happy. I am. You take care, miss, and try not to indulge in the nightlife too much. How about it? Want to swing by the SSS? No need to bear your thanks, guys. I ain't forcing nobody to come with. If I gotta hustle to keep our Erebonian location open, then that's what I gotta do. It's all in the name of business, baby. Don't be shy and come on by if you're feeling lucky. You know, I think I just might, if you're open to giving me a discount. Wazzy. Noe Blanc's Crossbell location is still open for business if you're curious. I've noticed we've been expanding our customer base big time recently too. We got Calibardians here and there, but now we're even getting customers from even further out than that. I plan on returning to the Empire after the signing ceremony, but En Ciel's supposed to have a show tonight. It's even going to be broadcast on the display vehicles around the city. I can always take the last train. Home can wait. I can't believe how well she's able to perform. I heard that her injuries were so bad that she might not be able to perform again. I can't even begin to imagine how much work she put into being able to get back to where she is now. Lady Ilya is just amazing. I'll be your friend forever and ever, Lady Ilya. February 14th practically made history for En Ciel. You saw it, right? The way Lady Ilya, Risha, Fyodor, the way the whole troupe went and performed out of nowhere. I was moved to tears. I can't believe I got to see it live. I'm so happy that I live in Crossbell. I almost think someone might pinch me to show me I'm dreaming. I truly never thought we could be together in the open like this, Heathcliff. My love, I can assure you this is no dream. The manner in which you so passionately sought me out during the war moved not just me, but our families as well. Don't be silly, they would never change their minds based on that. It was your great bravery as a soldier that helped them to accept us. Both of our houses had reason to want you as a feather in their cap after your many accomplishments. I know how those times hurt you so, but I love you too much not to use them to keep you near. Please, don't condemn yourself so, my dear Mercedes. My heart has always been yours since so long. And no matter how much time passes, I will always be grateful that you and I fell in love. Oh, Heathcliff, I'm so lucky to have met you. The latest limited edition flavor is so addicting. I gotta have it for one of my free scoops. celebrate En Ciel's big comeback, we're offering new limited time flavors packed with deliciousness. We've got mango sorbet inspired by Ilia's image as the Sun Princess, peach sorbet inspired by Rishia's image as the Moon Princess, and a star-shaped Ramoon confectionery made from lingon berries to celebrate the Star Princess's homeland of Northumbria. And by their powers combined, they make the Cosmic Cluster Ice Cream. If you love En Ciel, this combo's the way to go. Hey there, wanna play? Today's the big day. Getting your casino fixes in is great, but make sure you don't miss out on the sailing ceremony. I may need a farm at the casino as well if they have anything nice. Maybe some kind of evasion. Maybe an evasion master course would be nice. It won't be long before the eternal struggle over Crossbell's ownership finally comes to an end. In the end, the winner won't be Erebonia or Calvert. It'll be us, Crossbellans, the people. That's it. Anything can happen in life just as a kid on the roulette table. One can never be too careful. Oh, my apologies. I shouldn't be so foreboding on such an auspicious day. Can I interest you in a game? I can promise it'll be a fun way to celebrate the occasion. This sucks. We're supposed to celebrate us a winning independence today, but all I'm doing is taking one loss after another like a chump. I still think I've got a lucky streak in me and can win it all back, or go completely bankrupt trying. Man, what am I gonna do? Sigh. I have fun at Calvardian casinos too, but there are always too many familiar faces in the crowd back home. It tends to spoil the fun somewhat. That's why I come to Crossbell when I want some good old-fashioned gambling with no strings attached. Well, then how about a game of blackjack or poker? I must say, it brings me no shortage of joy to see Ray Rossa back at my table. She was once one of our regulars. Her skills as a gambler seem no worse for all the time that passed either. It's truly remarkable. Welcome to Barca Casino. Today's a big day for Crossbell. I want to do everything I can to make sure our customers leave happy. So stay a while, play some games and trade in those mountains of tokens you're going to win for some more fabulous prizes. My, what an exquisite gambling hall. Their wines and spirits are simply sublime. There's nothing quite like indulging in drinks and loosening up before a few games. I stopped coming to the casino once I lost my magic touch with the slot machines. Today's a special occasion though. I can't think of anything anywhere I'd rather celebrate my newfound Crossbell and freedom than here. So here I am, slipped out of the old ball and chain and finally came home where I belong. I couldn't be happier, ha ha. I got conscripted in the war last year, but luckily made it back in with my slots arm still in one piece. I think I Arios for that one, am I right? One of the only good things about being forced to join the army was my stipend. I'm still burning through it as we speak. Afternoon, SSS, on today ticket? I suppose the drink is out of the question, but I could mix you a version cocktail if you'd like. Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever had a non-alcoholic cocktail now that I think about it. They have their fans, but they're not for me. What's the point if my beverage doesn't have a little extra kick to it? Wait, were you lying every time you said you were only drinking virgin cocktails? What about the time you said, ma'am, this is juice? I think that's past the statute of limitations at this point. Anyway, maybe we'll come back once we're off duty, Drake. You're more than welcome to. Of course, I'd be more than happy to serve you if you chose only to come back with a date. Oh, now there's a fun thought. Just who might Lloyd bring with him to share some drinks while the rest of us aren't looking? That's a good question. Well, you two stay focused. We should be getting back to our patrol. Okay. Honestly, I only need to change number 2. Hold 9 and change 2 because that's the only one that's really not going to help me. King. Wait, I have to hold again? No, I have to present the 5 that I want to keep, but it doesn't really matter because 9's the only thing I really have. How's it coming along? 1 pair free of a kind. I win. You're a seasoned player, I see. Hope I forgot to buy a new recipe here. And also, might want to buy a Midnight Fizz just in case. I feel deeply emotional today knowing that with the coming signing ceremony, Crossbell will once again have its independence. As you can imagine, our hotel is brimming with guests who are staying here to witness this historical moment in person. We even have a number of guests who hail from the Calvardian Republic, as a matter of fact. That, more than anything, is a testament to the war being over, a fact that brings me no shortage of joy. Having Dario join us has taken some of the load off my shoulders, which has been nice. He's been so capable of his job since the beginning that it's honestly a little scary. I know that when I was new here, Erton chewed me out constantly. I guess it just means I have to go back to the basics and hone them to the point that the new guy doesn't put me to shame. Heh. It only took a night to get from Edith and Calvert to Crossbell by train. It was a pretty nice journey, all things considered. I even got to eat a nice meal along the way. As for developed as Crossbell is supposed to be, it seems like there are no movie theaters or race tracks like in Calvert. But that's okay, En Ciel makes for perfectly fine entertainment in its own right. I can't wait to catch a show. That guy over there is Dario Giscard. Believe it or not, he's the son of the Heimdall Bank president. It might not surprise you to hear this given this background, but Dario has a history of debauchery, to put it lightly. Reen threatened to tie him to Valamor at one point, didn't he? It seems, however, that his father has finally ran out of patience for his son's antics. He's been sent here to the hotel to perform menial work until he learns the error of his ways and grows up. As it turns out, for someone with such a sharp tongue, he's quite attentive and keeps busy, so I'm glad I have him around. Damn it, why does a guy like me have to do such menial labor among these peasants, huh? I can't believe it. How can my own dad do this to me? His beloved son. The nerve. I can't even spend the money I make here to how I like. This is torture, I tell you. Torture. There, now bang is all fresh and ready to go. But how can this dump a lot of people to keep to sleep on such filthy linens? Have they no shame? Welcome to the Hotel Millennium. If you're looking for an overnight stay, I regret to inform you that our rooms are completely booked for tonight. However, if you need a place to rest and relax during the day, then we'd be more happy to accommodate and serve you. Knowing that, we hope you'll consider spending this momentous stay with us. We look forward to your patronage. En Ciel, how nostalgic for me. The commemorative performance for the signing ceremonies tonight, right? Yeah, Rishia's got us all S-section seats. It'll be the same performance as the one during the operation, The Dream of a Million Nights. Yuna said she was really bummed she was going to miss out on this. There'll be plenty of opportunities to see them perform in the future. Anyway, Cecile said she'd be here, right? Yeah, let's see if we can find her. Well, this isn't the SSS. Hello there. Everyone is currently rehearsing for a big anniversary performance. We've been turning down interviews and the like, but I'll gladly make an exception for you guys. Please feel free to go on in. Thank you so much, sir. We'll gladly take you up on that.
Good. This has been coming along quite nicely for us only being a month in. Though, Risha, I think you're missing some more oomph in your steps with the chorus. And I think you're getting stuck in your previous position with the old number of performers, Sully. Forget the old, adjust with the new, feel the energy of the stage. All in all, inspiring work. Inspiring enough that I think we'll nail it if we practice even more before tonight.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Cecile.
Well, when did you sneak in?
Couldn't have picked a better time than in the middle of practice, couldn't we have?
No way. I'm happier seeing Ilya back to 100%.
And I keep telling her not to push it beyond that. Though I can't be too hard on her since she's been good about it.
Oh, I've been taking plenty of breaks just to avoid getting a good talking to. If it isn't my favorite little guy with friends in tow. Doing well, I hope?
Hi there. It's so nice of you to stop by. What's up?
Glad to stop by. And it's nice to see you doing so much better, Ilya. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were never hurt.
Oh, you think a few injuries could stop little old me? Think again.
Very nice. You're a real stunner, Ilya. Even more than before, I think. Or is that just me? You can tell I've been on fire all month. I was planning out all my moves while in rehab and everything. No rest for a wary performer, huh? Hey, I don't think we could stop Ilya if we tried. We'll have to step up our practice sessions so she doesn't end up leaving us in the dust. That's what I want to hear. We're rivals, and nothing inspires a better performance quite like the fires of competition. I wouldn't want to be putting my all in after being injured only to see you fall behind. Please, like that ever slow you down, but I'm down to keep at it, yeah. Well, I'm sure whatever you give us tonight is going to blow us away. Thanks again for inviting us to your performance, by the way. Don't think anything of it. It's to thank you for your help. It's really too bad Yuna can't come. Here's hoping she'll be able to see the next one. I want to show her just how much work we've put into this. I'm sure she's looking forward to it as much as you are. I'm so happy. En Ciel is really back. Between us and being independent again, it's like today's full of dreams come true. Those dreams turned real only because people never gave up on the good fight. The second I set foot on the stage for a surprise performance, I knew our home was ours again. Me too, your performance was just too inspiring for us to fail. I never expected you to put on a show so polished when we only asked you for a distraction. Yeah, we really pulled on the heck of a performance for something right at the last minute. And only a week after wrapping up rehab, you too. You think it was impossible. Impossible? I don't know the meaning of the word. You know, the troupe has had even less time to put on last year's performance. That show only went off as well as it did because everyone was helping us scramble last minute. I thought it was amazing personally. My eyes must have lit up like little jewels when I saw the recording. My thoughts exactly. It sure lit a fire under my butt to help me push through rehab. Thinking about it, with me, Risha, and Theodore back, En Ciel is a full house again. Well, we've made Crossbell wait long enough for our grand return. Let's make tonight our best performance yet. And that means practice, practice, practice. Come on then, everyone, start getting ready for rehearsal. Yes, ma'am. She's going hard in this one, isn't she? I just hope she's not going too hard. I think these past couple years were a little longer for her than most. Between that and tonight's performance proving that En Ciel is back for good, she's as fired up as can be. I'm sure it's all she can think about. Oh. I can get why, yeah. Oh, but don't feel sad. Sully and I will make sure she doesn't go overboard. In fact, I need you to be happy so you can look forward to the night. That I can do. We'll be rooting for you.
Risha, we can't do rehearsal without you. It's like you get absorbed into your own little world whenever he shows up.
Was that really necessary?
I don't believe my eyes! Did you go up a cup? How those monster melons continue to evolve, I'll never know. I better inspect for padding.
Could you please stop?
Where am I supposed to be looking here? At the feast before your eyes, of course. Stop your staring and get together, Lloyd. No, Ilya, play nice. My Risha is showing so much spirit today. I guess it leaves me with no other choice. I'm just gonna have to match that spirit. I happen to have a little surprise planned for the signing ceremony. Look forward to it. I'm not gonna know what it is. Anyway, I guess I'll be seeing you all later. I hope you're all looking forward to tonight. We're going to ring in Crossbell's newly won independence in style of a historic show. I don't doubt it, and can't wait. Good luck out there, Risha. I'll be staying here to watch Ilya in the evening performance. I'm worried she'll collapse the second the curtain closes tonight. The rest of you are going out to patrol the streets, yes? Thank you for looking for us and good luck. Sure thing, next, Cecile. Ilya asks a lot out of us, but living up to those expectations is just what we have to do. I know I've come a long way, so I don't intend to be any less passionate than anyone else here. I'm going to improve my craft as much as I can all the way up till the curtain rises. Our princesses may be the stars, but that doesn't mean I won't let the audience forget about us. Tonight's celebratory performance is truly special to me. I put a lot of effort into the scene between me and Theodore. You won't be able to take your eyes off of us, count on it. Eugene's been going so hard that he's starting to look too rehearsed, but I get why he's feeling restless today. It's good to channel that nervous energy into making this the best show possible. Today really is a signing ceremony. This still doesn't feel real. We've struggled so much and for so long, and now our efforts are being rewarded. I don't know if I have the words to explain the feelings inside of me. Ilya sure likes to push things to beyond perfection when it comes to the stage, but you know, En Ciel has put on some amazing performances up until now. If we keep that up, this one's bound to be for the history books. The seats were empty when we performed during last month's mission, but now we're going to be in front of a packed house. Feel the energy of the stage. I've never really thought of it like that, but I can give it a shot. Remember you had a really difficult mini-game mission in Azure. Hey, quit staring at me, Bannings. Sorry, Sully, I was just thinking how far you've come as an artist these last 2 years. You're really something. Yeah, you've been putting in so much effort work. It's really inspiring. Jeez, how can you guys always say stuff like that with a straight face? You're gonna throw me off my game. But thanks, just wait for a real thing. I'll show you just how hard we've been working. We'll knock your socks off. Someone's confident. That makes me even more eager to see what's in store. I traveled around the continent to raise funds for a troupe, but with the war finally over, we've got so many prospective sponsors that I was able to come home. Ilya's passion really is something else, isn't it? It's really great, don't get me wrong, but it'd be bad if everyone popped off the way she does. As troupe leader, I need to make sure to keep tabs on how everyone's doing. You know, I was thinking of bringing the lights a bit for that part. Since you're in charge of the costumes, can you give me your thoughts? I like the idea. With the designs I have in mind, it may even highlight their costumes. I say go ahead with the dim lights in mind, and we can double check how the costumes look down the line. Alright, time for my final adjustments. I can't wait to see what the audience thinks of this. There it is. Oh, I think that's yours, Lloyd. Yeah, I wonder who it's from.
Dudley speaking. How goes your patrol, Bannings?
All good, we're just finishing up our rounds, actually. Nothing out of the ordinary to report for now. Good, perfect timing. In that case, I have something for you to do. There's something I want you to check at the old law firm on West Street. That place, did something happen? Shouldn't Pete be there helping with the move? Yes, he's the one who called it in. He reported hearing monsters underneath the building. Right, that building has another entrance to the Geofront connected to it. At least the S2 area of the B sector. Class 7 used that entrance last year. It could be nothing, but we should play safe with the signing ceremony so close. I also realize we're all busy right now. However, the SSS is a perfect fit for a check like this. No, you're right. We'll head there right away. Great, but if you need more time to finish what you were doing, that's fine too. Thanks for the cover, Bannings. You heard a man. We've got an old-fashioned support request on our hands. Oh boy, still being solid with busy work, are we? Talk about a blast from the past. So that old law firm has a monster infestation on his hands. There should still be time to take care of it before the signing ceremony. Yeah, I'm all for covering our bases before the ceremony begins too. Let's go speak with Pete once we're ready. Alright, what exactly is Moonless Morn? The girl ran, her lungs burdened with each step that crunched in the packed mountain path. Gasps profound enough to hear even for the subdued effect of snowfall she ran. Her attire no doubt contributed to her body's protests, for there was far more of her tanned skin to be seen than there was cloth. Historically marked her as one who hailed from a foreign land, yet the coldness in her eyes and coal shade to her hair did equally as much to melt her into the darkened storm surrounding her. There's enough to fence me in from every angle, but the wind tells me to keep on ahead. Wolves with frames 3 times greater than any normal pack were in pursuit, their bloodshot eyes bloodshot and their chase unrelenting. In the midst of the chase, the girl would pivot and fire a bolt from her bow gun. This had no effect in slowing her pursuers, but neither did it slow her. When the moment was right, she would twist in the air, fire, and let the momentum of her shot press her backwards till she landed and pushed onward. Her agile, wild movements held the practiced polish of one who had long challenged and prevailed mountainous terrain. The wolves pursued her despite this, charging over the brethren felled by her bolts with an obsession that elicited from her a strange twang of compassion. That they didn't stop now, she imagined must have meant they couldn't stop. That someone had set them on this trail and made it a matter of survival. Yes, I'm not the only one with my life on the line here, but compassion would never triumph over obstinance. Patting the book secured in the waist pouch of her bow held while clutching a cylindrical trinket around her neck between her arbalry fingers, she continued. The elements knew something of obstinance. The finning air as she climbed upward, the wind swept snow, now more ice and powder, the numbness of her upper body from both despite the fire of her spirit and the blood pumping through her legs. She could persevere, but whatever mountain was or wanted would be. What would be was a tall rocky face of a jut that was far too tall and far too angular for her to do anything but stop. The second long pause was all the wolves needed to surround her. I said there was enough to fence me in, she grew between charring teeth, but that didn't mean I wanted them to. The wolves crept closer in a slow, knowing manner, well aware as she that there was no path to freedom. The girl dismissed the sight to deliver a questioning gaze at the cylindrical trinket around her neck. To her, that trinket was more than a simple accessory. It was a tried and true companion. What to do, she mused for precious few seconds. Not too much of a gamble. The bow gun this moment useless. To wait for death through sunken fangs inevitable. The mastermind who formulated this chase had won. Or so they would have had the Arios not smelled down upon her. As though to reward a girl's fortitude, a crisp gunshot rang out in that moment, sending a flurry of falling flakes scrambling. 2 wolves collapsed on the ground in the seconds that followed, gouts of blood staining the pure white snow around them. Startled, the wolves shifted their focus rapidly from their prey to their fallen comrades. Then again, the source of direction of the sound. The first to find it seemed to fall with the thundering clap of a second shot. Run now, cried a young man's voice through the howling wind. No doubt the gunman. Indeed, the lupine blockade that seemed so insurmountable was now weakened enough that our own weapon could finish the job. She gave a small nod to her unseen savior before rushing into the rest of the pack, firing bolts between the sound of more shots from afar. The surrounding storm carried with it the sound of explosives, indicating to the girl that the gunman's weapon was no modern orbital gun, but an old-fashioned muzzle loader. Which begged the question, how were the intervals between firing and reloading so naturally short? There's a path over there. After confirming she had made her escape, the gunman slipped his upper half out from the shadows of a nearby crag and gestured for her to follow. Having traveled across many lands and encountered all manner of people, she knew from a glance that he was the single most reliable defender she could have chanced to meet under the circumstances. He cut a fine figure, with silvery hair that melted in the snowy mountain top. His face seemed near chiseled from marble with its sharp lines, accompanied by a hunter's eye that pierced as well as any of her bolts. Even the muscles that covered his tall frame were relieved and sculpted through practical training. She was, as she saw him, the fresh beauty of the mountain and its crystalline storm in human form. Peeking through a heavy fur coat that was the muzzle she heard, confirmed to be just the one despite started fire. Stranger than this mystery, however, was how familiar he felt to her even when they had never met before. She followed him into his rocky shelter, but perhaps the motion perfect from running to survive had already left her. The moment she felt safer, the book at her waist slipped clumsily from his pouch. Her hands weren't free to catch it, with one hand still clutching on the bowgun and the arrow on the trinket. The wintry-haired young man instead used the stock in hand for reloading his weapon to shift the book's course, pushing it to land on his own bags and saving his pages from being damaged by the snow. Thanks, guess you saved me and my book. You're welcome, but only for the book. The jury saw on if I saved you. As he said, their attention turned toward the wolves. They had done more than recover from the surprise attack. A fellow package joined them, swelling their numbers a great deal. He took a closer look at the new situation for the scope of his rifle, a slight twitch born from narrowing his eyes as he focused. He then pointed to a small animal trail to his left and waited for a girl to nod and understand before entering it. She was dubious of her chances against the larger packs. So was he, she suspected. Certainly running down a route so familiar to their pursuers wouldn't get them out of their predicament. I might have to stack the odds a little more in her favor. Taking the cylindrical trigger in Poe's hand, she ran in the opposite direction from the young man, toward the wolves. What are you doing? We gotta get... The young man's shout was drowned out by a sudden light shining through her fingers from the trinkets and engravings. What followed was a thick fog, and a fog thick enough that even the most perceptive wolves could see no farther than their own snout. As the fog continued to thicken, the snowstorm assailing the animal trail calmed to a general flare, then to nothing. Time to go then, was all the girl said in response to this. This way, right? Yeah, we head through here and take a right. He had never witnessed anything like this in his countless years on the mountain. He didn't know what to think of it. She noticed. Is that an orbment, maybe? What's the matter? I wasn't expecting the fog to roll in. Someone up there must really love us, huh? The young man guided her down the trail under the snowless skies until they reached a flat housing scant trees. Beyond it were more power-topped mountains and steep cliffs. The threat was no more. It's hard to believe that we lost him so quickly, he murmured, suspicion evident in his tone. It's amazing how fast you can go when you can see. She dismissed his misgivings, instead looking him over while considering his clothing, skill, and where they had met. All 3 points had brought her to a clear conclusion. Thank you for your help, she began. There's something I'd like to ask you, don't mind? I suppose I don't mind. His hesitance was the only thing that shook her certainty, only for a brief moment. He must have been a little different from the others she knew of, for the rest of his traits were unmistakable. Are you a Matagi? His eyes widened in surprise for a beat, then another, then silently he nodded. To be continued. The northeastern part of the Zamurian continent, where the impact of desertification was relatively minor, saw the culture considered unique even by the standards of the widely diverse region. They worshipped Mount Whitecrown, a place known to have fostered countless ecosystems despite its harsh environment, and through living in harmony with this mountain, they gave birth to technologies and philosophies found nowhere else in the world. The Matagi were a group were hunters of legend, known song to have slain even the likes of dragons. Yet, though once quite known far and wide, and though revered for dedication to their art for their descendants, they were slowly becoming one of the many forgotten cultures scattered along the eastern edge of the continent. While their weights were still handed down even in modern times, the Matagi's village was nearly empty. Its population comprised mostly of the elderly. The youth had left the mountain to use their traditional methods in more lucrative areas like through the Bracer Guild or as mercenaries for hire. Their legacy was fading with the times. As of now, however, 2 relics to represent it were still featured prominently in the village square. One was a wooden carving of the mountain spirit worship at their yearly festival. The second, added in more recent years, was a stone monument engraved with the name and family crest of a legendary hunter, Hyun Ulkus. The time was just past noon. On this day, a young man was standing with these relics. He stood further still, for beyond his ancient white features, his hair carried a silvery tint to it rather than a Matagi's traditionally fair white. His hunting equipment lay at his feet. Leaning back against the earthen foundation that held these carvings, he stared up not at them, but past them to the cloudy sky, warming his body with sips from a gourd of amakaze. Already done hunting for the day, Chunlan. Can't think of another soul who could keep up with you. An elder who had aged with great vigor and dignity as the years went on called out to him. He was a chieftain, and he acted as both elder of the village and director of its group hunts. Afternoon, quotas met an income for a village's stable, Chunlan replied, hanging the now emptied gourd at his waist as he did so. Those Calvardian merchants will take just about anything we sell. Chunlan Aizen was the last of the villagers who could still be considered a youth, and he has a chieftain whose role was to see their continued existence. This made him more valuable than the high-quality prey they often sold to supplement their needs. Not some fine work indeed. I'm sure Fire would be very pleased. Fire isn't going to get you anywhere here. Afraid my answer's not going to change. Knowing well how the conversation that was placed to follow, Chunlan reached down to sling his equipment over his back and turned his gaze up the mountain toward home. Oh, but I assure you, I meant nothing by it. I'm simply grateful we have such a young, strong... Sure hope I'm strong. Went out for a moment. Couldn't possibly be otherwise with that kind of confidence in me. Chunlan maintained a cool indifference throughout. To most, the sight of a village elder scrambling to avoid displeasing a fellow so much younger would be quite a spectacle. But the chieftain had his own reasons to persist in this behavior. He has no desire to be chieftain. In fact, he never desired the position from day one. There are many others who are more qualified than he, but one by one, those potentials left the Matagi's village were greater prospects. After a time, there was only him, and while he fulfilled what he could of his post, his mind was often occupied with finding someone suitable enough to relieve him of it. Chunlan was aware of this. How could he not be, with such an unabashed display? Making him twice as reluctant to accept anything said. Are you still worried about what your father said? Let's not let it trouble you. Why not instead take a look at the people around you? The young man had no intention of doing anything simply because he was asked. Chunlan, perhaps guided by the blood running from his veins, said so. He saw pelts drying in the sun. He saw elders maintaining their weapons, back strong. He saw two men jovial from alcohol, sharing heroic exploits while planning old wounds. All things he was familiar with, all things he should have been used to. These people recognize your strength, but still, you come here every day and... I'll keep it in mind, excuse me. Chunlan made for a village entrance before further discussions could be made, being very conscious of the fact that he was running away. But that was all he could do. Before he could tell the chieftain what his plans for the future were, he would have to discover them for himself. His residence was a wood-framed cabin of Western design that overlooked the Watagi's village. Though a bit of a walk from the rest of his residence, he never once entertained the thought of leaving the home his parents left behind. There was discovery to be found in these solitary walks. Things like the signs of spring's return after a long, harsh winter, or subtle traces of exotic game having passed through. Chance encounters, new discoveries, and the like were bound through a simple trail of one who looked closely. His father taught him, and these were never without value. This encounter required no cutting the notice. Any Watagi would have sensed the presence of so many animals, their numbers being far higher than what was usual for the area. There had to be a reason for it. Chunlan loosely placed his hands around his rifle, known as a Surube around the Matagi, a modified old-fashioned model from the Cavalry Republic. He wasn't quite certain what to make of this anomaly yet, but he would nevertheless have to investigate further and report his findings to the chieftain. When he found its source, he realized he needed more than a loose grip out of caution. He needed to be ready to fire. The presence of wolves so great a size was already a shocking sight on Mount Whitecrown, never mind the number. Rarer still was the person they were chasing, a girl whose clothing marked her as one of a foreign land. Lessons of his past echo in his mind as he shifted silently into the shadows of a stone crag. Listen, Chunlan, the Matagi aren't solely hunters. We're protectors of this mountain. Its bounties being blessings from Arios. His finger was on the trigger. The rest he muttered to himself. We must keep it free from impurities. He squeezed, and upon a fiery burst ahead of the muzzle, hot light shot through the air, vaporizing the snow as it passed through in an instant. Just as he intended, the bullet appeared as though it were stuck into the torso of a first wolf before exiting through and downing a second. Chaos rippled through the pack, but the young man knew this was not certain victory. Wild animals were driven by survival instincts above all else. A neat break in their formation would be mended faster than most humans could react. Run, now! He fired a second shot. The girl reacted by turning in his direction until their eyes met. Through snow-tossed winds, he could still see the intelligence in her gaze. More than that, even to an unexpected degree. She was foreign. How could he not see confusion under these circumstances? Fear for her life, anxiety over her surroundings. Whatever was happening on this mountain, she had complete clarity on what it was. Chunlan's first interaction with the girl came after she entered a crag where he awaited her, where he saved a book that had slipped from her possession from falling into the snow. She made it, he thought to himself. He indicated a path of escape for her to follow, which she did with excellent haste. She must be some girl that upheld against those beasts. The sunlight was dyed with a hint of red as it looked down upon Mount Whitecrown, where a large pack of wolves were racing along a high road. Several other packs, all being driven in the same direction, collapsed into this larger one until they had melded into a massive swarm. A few cells behind them stood the one responsible for stirring them so, leaving them with no way to go but frantically forward. Scattered all around them were the corpses of boars, bears, and fellow wolves. And here I have myself another mountain whose beasts of revered repute have failed me, the man murmured with boredom from tedium, ice scanning the cold carcasses arrayed at his feet. The man's solid frame, wrapped in red and his hair black, and shaved thoroughly with unique patterns, would be enough to catch anyone's attention, but with a skin that dwarfed these otherwise uncommon features. His face, neck, hands, palms, nearly every visible part of him, save for the ears, was tattooed in arcane symbols that unsettled the mind. So thoroughly covered he was, that certainly would not be a stretch to think that if his clothes were stripped and head shaved bare, he would still be covered. Whitecrown, eh? Heh, when who fought to crown you? His lips curled into a sneer as he looked toward the mountain's peak. With no more game to hunt, you're as good as... what have we here? Something caught his attention. He watched the something through the snow with great intrigue, sneer twisting into a smile of twisted delight. So you're heading to find elsewhere. Seems there's still hope for you yet, Mountain. With a single effortless thrust, he pushed through a lone wolf that dared to resist him, his stone-tipped spear digging into the ground, forever pinning it to the earth. He then turned to walk with eager footsteps as he moved. A gentle red glow alighted across him through his tattoos, and the grin on his face mangled itself into a level of malice and first no human should ever be capable of. To be continued. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Reverie. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.